Hello, people. I come to you, and on this occasion, I just wanted to greet you and to share a good message with you. Something interesting that I have put together. I bring you greetings, you my audience, and permit me to share this with you. And whilst you ponder it, I believe you and I can agree that the best thing on earth is life. And you must love life and not death. There are many things that are vying for your attention to bring death. But I believe you are going to connect with life and love life. I'd like to share this with you. Keep listening. What a good human being is, and let me say it carefully because there are those who think they're already good. What a good human being is what a good tree is. And regardless of what the Bible is, or church is, or a mosque is, or a shrine is, or a temple is, does know how to become a good man or a good woman. You don't become a good man or a good woman by going to a temple or a shrine or becoming a priest. It doesn't make you a good man. What makes one a good man is the person knowing the quality of creation. Everything in creation, the quality of it sustains life. That's a good situation. It sustains life. A good tree sustains life. Let me borrow something from Psalm 1 in the Bible. It says, "Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor sit in the seat of the scornful or sinners." Is in the law of his God, right? And on it he will meditate, meaning the heart. So a man who pays attention to his heart condition will end up becoming a good human being and will produce fruits. Because whatever he produces out of his heart, it will sustain life. It's good to the ears and it will sustain life. The Bible has talked a lot about blood. Let me borrow another verse from Leviticus 11 in the Bible. It says, "The life of the creature is in the blood, and the blood has been given for life." So he says human beings should not consume blood, because they will consume other people's life, and even though it will sustain them, they are doing it abusively, and they will end up becoming evil. They will not become good. But life is in the blood. If you keep drinking blood, you will have life. Are you getting the point? So a man who is paying attention to what his blood does and how his blood is contaminated and not contaminated, and how to use his blood carefully and to prevent others from abusing his blood, will end up becoming a good human being, because he will produce life and good fruit. Because he is paying attention to blood. He does not contaminate himself with blood. He does not contaminate other people's blood. Blood makes a man a good human being. What was the first one I said? The heart. The heart. Meditating day and night. The quality of that heart will to understand what is in the inner man. You don't meditate outside, you meditate towards inside. So the man who meditates on the law of his God day and night to observe to do will produce good fruit. Looking within, focusing on the heart, to clean and clear the heart and to learn from the heart will produce good fruit. A man who focuses on blood, but being emotional or emotionally intelligent is not good enough to produce goodness. Right? So first of all, I talk about the heart. But the heart will learn information. It is information that produces the energy and the condition of the heart. Information. From the inside, even though from the outside. So your inner guide and your outer guide are the same. But it depends who you lend your mind to. A child that is born will be shown the outer guide more than the inner guide. So when he grows, he has to balance it up in order to begin to produce fruit. No man should be taught. It's a wrong thing to teach a man to produce fruit that other people will be judged by. The condition of producing a fruit is not for judgment. The condition of producing fruit is to preserve life. Life is the chief thing on the earth. Life. That's why they said the man saw the tree of life. It wasn't a tree, but it was a tree because if the man ate it, it will become like a tree of life. But the point he missed is to think that there is something beyond life for him. Even though there is something beyond life, which is the glory. And what the glory is the beauty of life. That state of the beauty of creation that is called perfect is the glory. The perfection of creation is the glory. Well, a lot of people have a general sense of the glory and the general sense of life. But evil cannot produce life and cannot preserve life. I hear this. Demonic energy cannot produce life and it cannot preserve life. It doesn't have glory. It doesn't have glory. So even though they will say the glory of the football team, right? And what they mean is that they've achieved so much. But that is not the actual glory. The glory is what we are missing. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory. What it means is that everything has been debased, has been brought to a state that is not beautiful. It's not clean. It's not clear. All the waters have been muddied. They are not clean. Which means we've lost glory on the earth. And the little glory that we have, that we even make noise about, it causes miracles and signs and wonders to happen. So we are wowed by it. But that is not the fullness of the glory. That's just very little. The earth has been shamed because it doesn't understand itself and what is lacking. If it understood itself and what is lacking, it would drive all evil out, because it has the ability to drive all evil out. They are lacking the glory. The glory makes all things perfect and beautiful. So that the way you see a tree today is not even in its best. Even though it's producing some fruit and we are selling the fruits and we are even modifying it, that is not what the creation or what the human ought to experience. So it's a shame for one to even be frustrated with themselves that they are not producing anything out of their life, and then rather look for demonic spirits or evil spirits. It's a shame, because they don't have glory. They won't make anything beautiful. They will debase it further. You understand? Because the water has lost glory, the energy has lost glory, the blood has lost glory, right? The heart has lost glory. So it can even be enticed to produce evil work instead of producing good work. Good work is cheap. It's not even the best. So we are struggling even to be good human beings. That's because we have lost glory. And so it says that the tree that will bear good fruit must be planted by the rivers of waters. So it can be sustained by the waters. Even though the waters that are even sustaining it are not the best, they have still some quality remaining in them that can sustain life for them. You see?
And said that its leaves shall be green.
Its leaves shall be green and it will not wither. Alright? But even that is lacking glory. It's depending on the remaining things on the earth. It's not depending on the glory. If it's depending on the glory, it shall never die. What is meditating? Going deep into oneself and observing in order to understand what is in the inner man. You don't meditate outside, you meditate towards inside. So the man who meditates on the law of his God day and night to observe, to do, will produce good fruit. Looking within, focusing on the heart, to clean and clear the heart and to learn from the heart, will produce good fruit. A man who focuses on blood will produce good fruit. Blood produces you personally from the womb. Blood sustains you when it's transfused to you. Blood has life, and blood sustains life. A poisoned blood is cancer or leukemia, is death. A living blood will produce a healthy human being, but not a healthy human being alone. A very healthy spiritual human being, if the human being knows how to focus on blood. One who understands a seed and what a seed stands for will produce good fruit. Because a farmer sows seeds, a mother sows seed. Both the mother and the father comes together to make an egg and a seed, sperm, to make a human being on the earth, to sustain growth and the longevity and the existence of the human race. So a man who understands seeding a seed and sowing seed and focusing on seed will become a good human being. Let me borrow again a verse from the Bible. A farmer went out to sow and he cast the seed. Some fell on the wayside, some fell on thorns, some fell on rocks, some fell on a dry patch, some fell on a good soil. What then it means is that the seed, any man that knows the seed and the value of the seed will produce good fruit and goodness. They will live well on this life. Right? Now, I'm talking about knowing. So therefore, I'm talking about a man or a human being, a woman who understands how to sit still and study. But I've mentioned things that you cannot find in books. Only spending time with yourself will allow you to turn around and become a good human being. I'm not talking about only going to search, but also knowing how to sit still, to meditate on the heart, to meditate on principles, to know blood and to know seed. You see, a man who knows energy and understands the use of energy and how energy is spent and produced, who understand much about this universe and about life and be able to become good. A man who knows the value of water You pay attention to what I'm mentioning. So, water, you know, yeah. So, you have fluid in your body and it's separated clearly from your blood. So, your fluid moves in your body, but your blood also moves in your body. Elements like energy, when it's lowered in your body, you'll be sick. When it's raised in your body, you'll be sick. So the right temperature. But it is your understanding that produces goodness. Because you work out the goodness within you, from you, within you. I do not speak about evil and evil men. I always teach people about how to be good. Because they have to understand what it means to be good. Not that they are emotionally balanced or understand the emotional sense one. But being emotional or emotionally intelligent is not good enough to produce goodness. Right? So first of all, I talk about the heart. But the heart will learn information. It is information that produces the energy and the condition of the heart. Information. From the inside, even though from the outside. So your inner guide and your outer guide are the same. But it depends who you lend your mind to. A child that is born will be shown the outer guide more than the